Bible is supposed to be taken as allegories. You're not supposed to read the Bible literally. You're supposed to take it all as allegory. This is one of the claims that many Christians today, or Bible believers today, will make in order for you to not have to deal with the fact of genocide, slavery, the mistreatment of women. This is their claim. It's all allegory. Those people never existed. Those things never existed. It's all allegories for how you're supposed to live your life. Well, if it's all allegory, which you're quoting this from Galatians, if it's all allegory, then Jesus is an allegory. Jesus never existed. Jesus is just an allegorical idea of how man should raise himself to the Christ consciousness so that he can become a son of God, daughter of God, and elevate himself into the heavens to be with God. That there is no Jesus coming back, that it is the creation of the shared Christ consciousness of a bunch of people that's going to be the actual return of Jesus, not an actual Jesus coming back, meeting him in the sky sort of thing. If you're going to say that the Bible is allegory, then none of those people ever existed. Paul never existed. So even that writing in Galatians is just some writing that you're supposed to take as allegory. The biblical revelations, none of those things are actually going to happen. The sun won't be blotted out. The moon won't turn to red. The asteroid Wormwood is not going to hit. The rivers won't be turned into blood. The oceans won't be turned into blood. None of those things are actually going to happen. All those things are allegories. So there is no end time. There's no devil, because the devil is in your book. The devil is Satan that y'all have made into the devil. Satan, devil, Chris, the serpent, all allegories. There is no devil other than the devil inside of you, because it's all allegory that's talking about you. It's not talking about any actual being, because like you said, the Bible is all allegory, and that's how you have to understand it. Solomon never existed. Allegory. David didn't exist. Allegory. Moses didn't exist. Allegory. Never came out of Egypt. No flood ever happened. You're not from the tribe of Shem and Japheth and who's the other one? Ham. All allegory, because those people never existed. Adam, Eve never existed. All allegory. All of it. None of it is real. None of it is to be taken as literal, because you said it's all allegory. And of course, the response to that will be, well, some things are literal and some things are allegorical. Well, how are you supposed to know which things are allegorical and which things are to be taken literally? When your God came and spoke to Moses and said that you are supposed to give to him your firstborn children in sacrifice, as you same way that you do the first lambs and rams and so forth. Allegory or literal? And then later on, he changed it and said that the number of the tribes of Levite will be the sacrifice, or be the representation for your firstborn sons. And if we don't have enough tribes of Levite to accommodate for all the tribes, then you can pay 25 pieces of silver, and that will be the atonement for the birth of your son. Is that allegory? When he said that of the nations among you, the foreigners among you, you can buy your slaves. Is that allegory? That when a man who is an Israelite, if he desires to remain a slave with you because you gave him a wife and children, he wants to be with his wife and kids, that you pierced his left ear with an awl against a pole. Is that allegory? The conquering that Israel supposedly done, is that allegory? See, the problem here is that you're trying to make it allegory when the people who actually wrote it at the time frame that they wrote it, they all believed it literally. They accepted it literally. So those people, none of those people knew what the hell they was doing. But now you know that it's all allegory. Those people thought they was writing actual Israelite history. And they believed it actual Israelite history. They believed that David fought Goliath. That was actual Israelite history to those people. That literally happened. When they was in Babylon captivity, which literally happened, they believed that it literally happened. They believed that they were conquered by the Greeks and then conquered by the Romans. They believed it literally happened because it did literally happen. You see, you pick and choose what is literal and what is not literal based on what comforts you in your modern day thought process, because you would find it abhorrent that your God said for you to kill all the Moabites, to kill all the Ammonites, to kill all the Pebusites, the Jebusites, the Hittites, kill all the Canaanites. It disturbs you that your God at one point in time was okay with the Moloch sacrifice of Israelite children. That bothers you. So you have to make it allegory. But if it really bothers you, then maybe you should look at it as it's just the way people was writing to create a God to fit them at their time frame. And they have constantly molded that God to fit man at every time frame. And maybe that God is just not God. And you should go and search further and search deeper if you have to have a God. But always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.